So you are not one of the lucky ones who can have a home office, actually, yeah. I'm currently studying, and yeah, it's all homeschooling, so I don't have to visit university currently. It's all online.
What do you reckon it takes for a place to end up like this?
A couple of centuries, probably. Right? A couple of 100 years,
Interesting.
maybe. So, a peridot. Very nice. Okay, do we open this door? Do we want to? The stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out among the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, you find no evident means of opening the way. A faded inscription is nestled among the elaborate stone carvings. Read the inscription. Huana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted to chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Periki, Master of the Guild. Okay. The sigil and words of my devotion. Oh. Oh. Physiotherapist. Ah, I see, I see. But yeah, of course, yeah, I understand that. I can see that. I mean, people still need doctors, right? So, of course, yeah. So, are you glad? Are you glad you can still get out to work, or would you prefer staying at home? Something else we can do here? Someone to talk to, or maybe something to steal? I mean, acquire. Okay, this would be considered stealing. This would not. Maybe just another interactable option. And it's trapped. Let's talk to Akenu.
What say, friend? The guild sanctum has seen better days.
The young water shaper leans on his broom and smiles at you. What do you do here?
Simply a caretaker. I dust off Pariki's tomb and try to keep the place tidy. Caring for the guild hall usually means drying off what others get wet in practice.
Kenu shakes his head with a weary smile. What's behind that stone door by the staircase?
A sanctum for master water shapers, I say. No students or outsiders allowed. I have never been there myself. Myru assures me the room has no need of cleaning.
He shrugs, smiling. Are you a water shaper?
Akira. One of middling skill, if I am generous. Not all of us can boast of Takehu's talent. But Nagati touches us differently, I say. The guild didn't used to allow outsiders the freedom of our halls. Akira. But how times change.
Okay, but the hospital has cancelled all unnecessary surgeries. My kids are gone from school, so I'm kind of spoiled between glad of having the possibility to work, but also a bit worried. And all this COVID-19 madness, that's understandable, of course. Yeah, sent to school. I mean, that's understandable, of course. I mean, who is not worried these days? So it's okay. It's okay to feel worried, of course. Especially now, after the past month or two, since the number of cases is on the rise again. This statue depicts an or more woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air. An eroded plague sits by her feet. Something about this statue calls out to you. Echo of fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Attempt to read the plague. The words are much eroded and water damaged, but a few choice snippets of phrases stand out with clarity. Periki, Lauren Hunter, crossed the length of, and back again. Beret for cunning deal, Lefus. May her rest. Guilty soul, Edom. Thanks again, Cthulhu. Thanks again. I'm happy to, I'm happy to provide a nice, chilly place to forget about that stuff for now, and have some fun here with some fantasy RPGs. Nothing else about the plague stands out as remarkable.
This is the tomb of Periki. Such disrepair, I say.
Takeo tuts and sighs. So, let us forget about the worries of our real life and let's hunt some fantasy gods across the world. Things we can do, yeah? Things within our power. Inspect the lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard a deck of swift winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. Shake off the gesture. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate, however friendly his intent. You know there will be time for reprieve when you are squared away in Negataka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape just beneath the waves. Someone shouts that the winds have turned in your favor at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share their mirth. Eyes to the horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, though it takes an unusual form, one that you pray to Ngati you are able to keep in check. The vision dissipates and your land legs reassert themselves. Hold her hand? You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first nothing happens, but then a tiny droplet of water forms at the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping on the floor. Wipe away the tear. You reach out and draw your thumb down the statued cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment, the stone feels soft to the touch. Okay, creepy! So where does this stair lead? Wait. Incarp? What's this? More Incarp? Can actually walk. Yeah. Oh, he's not slowed down. This makes totally sense for him as a water shaper, that water doesn't slow him down. The tunnel descends sharply into the murky waters. There's no telling just how far into the mountain it goes. Funny, actually.
I've got it.
So I guess there won't be any monsters down here. So we don't have to fight. On the provenance and ruination of Negataka's old city. Oof, okay. Excerpt from a lecture given before the annual convention of the Academy of Architectural Historians in Adia. Close examination by learned parties suggests that Negataka is significantly older than it might at first appear. We take as our example the suppurating wound in the city's side, which is the locals most charmingly referred to as the gullet. On its face, it is not considerably different from your average slum. Indeed, it contains all that one might expect of such a place. Desperate poverty, wrenching hunger, a tavern fair brimming with miscreants, and a flourishing criminal culture. Of course, it has its own unique offering as well. A towering pile of garbage dumped into the district from the more affluent neighborhoods above it. It is, in every sense, abominable. The Warner leadership should be ashamed. Interesting. Here, this part about the garbage dumped into the district from the more affluent neighborhoods above it reminds me of the game Septerra Core. It's a bit older. It was a nice RPG as well. So, but I digress. Far more interesting than the cased stratifactions among the Huana are the bones their city is built upon. For beneath the gullet lies a vast cavern littered with the remains of an ancient city, referred to simply as Old City by the denizens of Nikitaka. This sunken metropolis is notable for two reasons. The old city's architecture is markedly different in style, form, and apparent use from the architecture of modern Nikitaka, and there is no readily available explanation for the old city's destruction that has not already been considered and discounted by those inclined to study it. My peers here in the academy and beyond believe that the old city's destruction is clearly the fault of the region's energetic volcanism and subsequent tectonic rumblings. I would caution against grasping at such easy solutions, however. Consider the following. The Huana have lived in the region for thousands of years. Earthquakes are no more a surprise to them than are the archipelago's daily soaking rains. None in Eora match their sheer creativity and expertise in building to withstand these events. Moreover, for all their flexibility in building construction, the Huana's taste have proven to be remarkably stable over time, showing a clear preference for designs that mimic the rhythm and shapes of the natural world. The old city shows none of these things. Indeed, what remains was constructed primarily of stone cut in austere blocks, and the buildings are arranged in a manner not dissimilar from those prevalent in the Ingwithan ruins that dot the landscape. With those 2 points in mind, does it not seem prudent to ask whether the old city is Huana in origin, and if it is not, who built it? Finally, what destroyed it? Mystery. And antidote, we take the antidote of... Whoop. More antidote. And we have, oh, yeah, some more potions and stuff. We have a rock. Turquoise. Okay, we can sell this stuff, I guess. Or we can use it for crafting or something. So, and that's it then. We have discovered everything down here. Then let's get back up. Yep. Leave the Water Shaper Guild until we have a reason to come back here. And we know how to open this door. Okay, we are not yet done with checking out this district here, Periki's Overlook. So let's continue our way down here, I would say. Iolfur's Raiment. Or something like that. Let's go inside. Oh.
Will do.
Patterns both local and foreign adorn these bowls of fine cloth.
If you find yourself in need of comfortable garb, I'm happy to oblige.
The dwarf tips his hat in a curt, professional manner.
Still find that robe to your liking? Doesn't chafe your scales none?
He gives Takeo a quick appraisal.
Akira, you are a wizard with bark cloth. I was the envy of the guild.
He bows his head and touches his brow.
Well, it helps me when Ngati's prize whelp is a walking endorsement.
Iolfa grins and at Takeo before turning his attention back to you. You're a tailor.
I've been known to rip a seam here and there, patch some shredded gear back into shape.
His expression shifts, turning sour.
Thought I was an armorer, did you? Assumed that my tree stump limbs and barrel chest lend themselves better to the forge than the needle?
No. Just because you're a dwarf? No. No. It's fine, totally fine. Dwarves can be fine tailors, of course, yeah, no. Not all dwarves need to be smiths or fighters or something like that. No, it's fine. Grab him by his collar. Say nothing.
If it's armor you're after, Marihi will set you up. She's got a knack for metal.
He points out the door and jerks his head to the east. Show me what you have to say. Okay. Mantle of the 7 Bowls. Or 5,000, yes, of course. +2 shock armor rating. Storm of 7 Bolts. Grant Storm of 7 Bolts. Okay, spell. 1 per rest. Ooh, anyone in their path, so my friends as well. That's not very nice. Final Storm, shock damage AoE when knocked out. This is like a cape for Thor or someone like him. Burglar's gloves. Oh. +1 to dexterity, +2 to mechanics, and +2 to athletics. Nice one. From there. Nice one. 12,000 for this robe. Superb robe. Holy shit. Base armor rating 6 and initiative +0%. And superb +3 armor rating. This is already included in this, right? Yeah. So yeah. It's 6 overall. The armor rating is 6 for this. Okay. Phew. I see. You can really you can drop a lot of money in this game. A lot of money. All of this would be considered stealing, okay. And let's check out the next store. Or whatever we find here. The next house. Oh, an abandoned dog. Take the dog in, of course. Big leaf. Interesting. Luminous bathhouse, upper floor. Oh yes, the bathhouse, of course. Let's check out the bathhouse. Yeah. As the name says. Luminous bathhouse. Let's go inside. Ah! Butts! Okay. Butt cheeks. Ganor. You are greeted by a tall, carefully composed man. The crescent moon in the center of his forehead glows faintly. Up close, the careful tailoring of his opal-adorned robes and their immaculate cleanliness speak to a deep well of vanity.
Welcome, I am Ganor, owner and proprietor of the Luminous Bathhouse.
He stares at you for a moment, evaluating you, and purses his lips.
My guards will not hesitate to expel any rowdy or obnoxious individuals. Mind your manners, and you will find no quarrel with me.
Yo man, these are stereotypes, okay? Just because I'm a barbarian, okay? I'd like to try your bath.
Of course you would. Just speak with the steward near the stairs. He will make certain you are treated well.
Okay, what do you have for sale? Yeah, okay, we can rest here as well. We can recruit some adventurers. We train characters. And party management, I see. Maratu warrior. So the whole bath is unisex, I see. Can we talk to this warrior?
You tried the bathing pool? Kira, its waters allow you to absorb the powers of the dead.
You are too morbid, my friend. The Adra Ganor uses has been blessed by the gods, and it is their blessing that empowers you.
Who are we now?
I hope we haven't spent too much time in the baths.
A young woman takes your measure wearing a concerned frown. Say nothing.
There's room enough for us all.
She turns to her companion.
I've already spoken to the steward. We're not to be disturbed.
She crosses her arms and stares you down. Enjoy your bath.
Hail again, fellow bather.
Rowena smiles and splashes a pondful of water in your direction. What brings you to the bathhouse?
I am helping Herwina to conceive. She came all the way from the Deerwood, and I will see that she returns with arms laden with young.
Sino grins her way.
After the Hollowborn crisis, I wanted no child of mine born in those blighted lands. This place is a miracle. Every day I emerge from the baths as a new woman, and my first child will be as strong as an Adra pillar.
Most certainly, ma'am, most certainly. He looks to Sino with a bright smile. Well, good luck with that.
Thanks, and luck to you on your stay here.
She smiles, her companion simply nods. Well, right. I'm Rio. Okay, who are you?
Is this your first time to the baths?
Alright, Cthulhu, thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful night. And I wish you a good start into the new week. So, until later. Bye-bye. An old man stretches his arms over his head and yawns, making a show of displaying his moistened physique. Okay, I haven't been in the water yet.
The cost is high, but so are the delights. I might have the skin and bones of a retired scarecrow, but the waters bring youth back, where it counts.
He studies you from under a lowered brow as his knees begin to drift apart. Don't watch! You genuinely believe I needed to hear and see this?
Excuse me?
He pauses and blinks at you, a rivulet of sweat working down the bridge of his nose. Just keep it to yourself, Grandpa.
No matter. I won't let this energy go to waste.
He furrows his brow and glances toward the other patrons. Whatever. Rare and colorful fish swim from end to end of the watery enclosure.
Oh, look at that. It's like a little ocean. Oh, we need one of those for our ship.
Sure, sure.
I see you brought your pain, but you need come to ease it. Pity.
Shit. And of course, right now I don't have Seraphin with me right now. But we can get him in our party. We just have to speak to this bathhouse keeper again. So... yeah, maybe we can leave Alof. He can stay behind and we get Seraphin in our party.
Your exchange with Amrio was observed.
Party management.
Farewell.
Coming here with me feeling all maroon-like.
Okay, let's talk to her again.
I see you brought your pain, but you need come to ease it. Pity.
A venerable elf sits beside the water, her creased and spotted skin slightly flushed by the heat. Numerous scars mar her skin on face and torso alike. Her eyes open and their sharp gaze focuses on you. Pain? I have no pain.
Aye, if you say so.
The elf's eyes examine you as a physician might, probing but impersonal. What brings you to the bathhouse?
It eases my pain. More than that is an awful long yarn, and then Tadlickly.
Oh, by Berith's bulging ball bag, spare us a tragic tale, you poxy old salt. Tell us a Romaro and we'll be leaving you to your misery.
Seraphin.
She smiles, an expression both sad and kind.
Romaro described you pointedly. He told me that you would come were ye in danger.
Danger? Nay, not I. But I do seek him, though. And I feel that he needs me. Feel it in the deep depths of my furry fun sack. If you care for him, you'll be telling me what you know.
He bade me not tell anybody of his plans, ye included. He's left this area, afeard of the danger he fishes on those near to him.
He sighs, a long pained sound accompanied by a wince. Seems Romaro didn't want you to find him, Seraphin. Perhaps you should leave it be.
He's the nearest thing I got to kin. Why didn't he trust me?
Seraphin's head drops.
He did trust you. He trusted you wholly.
Udine frowns at Seraphin, her eyes wet.
I'll tell you, and trust ye to con best what to make of the conning. Romaro treated me as galleon for mine clipper. A stuggy trade, surely, but he insisted that he needed the speed. I can't tell you what he intends, but he set sail for Sayuka, intending to replenish there. That's everything I con, for whatever good it does you.
The Yuka.
He gave up the sorcerer? And for what? An elven clipper? Makes as much sense as Doug's on a drake cap. He'd be easy catchings for any freebooter after his hide.
Who's hunting Romaro besides Malnage?
Yeah, that salted cockfast be the biggest threat, sure as shit. But others will want that bounty too. Not to mention the favour comes with it.
Strange that your good friend is trying so hard to avoid you. The Raven blinks, nose twitching, his ears angle slightly back.
Surely thinks he's protecting me. Stubborn as I seem, Captain Watcher. Romaro makes me look the dabbler.
We should hurry to Sayuka. Okay, we've learned all there is to learn.
Aye. And this steam be doing my fur no favours.
He displays a wetted arm, the hair thick and tangled.
Thank you mightily, lass. Enjoy the baths.
He bows to Yadin.
Soft travels. The wages of war catch ye up soon or soon.